from Johannesburg, South Africa.
Greetings.
Artist Ratigan Era from Kampala, Uganda. Before discussing the and please welcome again Nkulee Dub and Ratigan Era.
Thank you. Greetings, greetings.
I would like to start with you.
Nkulee Dub. Yeah, I would say how I started was very difficult or fun in a sense. To some people, they'll think it was difficult because I was 16 years old when I started. Before I knew my father was Lucky Dube. So I was already in the industry. When I met him, I already had 2 albums. It's very difficult for women because especially reggae is very difficult on the side of women. Yeah, so I started as a dancer for a queen in South Africa, Lebo Matosa. She's the one who, gave me the opportunity. She just stopped and said, "You're not just a dancer, you are a singer." And then 16, that I'm also a singer. I was like, okay, let's do this, yeah.
So being in the music and then finding out who your father is, what was that like? Was that like a shock? Or?
Yeah, it was a crazy shock. I mean, I didn't even think I wanted to be a singer when I grew up. How I found out about it, I also found out from the same artist that I was working for. She would just look at me and say, "You know how your hair grows and everything, you look like Lucky Dube." And I was like, come on, don't ask, come on. And then I come home and I tell my mom, I'm like, Lebo Matosa, she's so crazy. She's saying, Lucky Dube, Lucky Dube is my father, thinking she's gonna laugh about it. And she says, yeah, by the way, she is right. That's your dad. Yeah, that's how I found out.
Yeah. And which role did your mother play? I think she also nurtured the love for jazz and
Definitely.
Maybe
yeah, she knew obviously. So every time I was interested in anything arts, she would always invest in that. Take me to dance classes, take me to she didn't say, "Oh, you should try music too." No, she didn't push me to it. She just thought maybe my artistry or my blood is showing in dance instead of music. So she invested in that. Yeah, took me to everywhere. Yeah. So she really she knew who my father was, and she understood why I was like that. She understood why I didn't want to go to school. I just want to go and dance and be part of where music is. So she understood that.
And you developed your own style of music, which
Yes.
you call like Afro Raga or Ethno Raga. Maybe you can
Yes.
explain it and how you develop it.
It's basically Afro beats and Afro music that is mixed within the movement of reggae and dancehall. So every song has the African element in it and also the reggae element in it. That's why I call it Afro Raga. Yeah.
Okay, and I would also like to ask Ratigan, who is sitting next to you, because your type of music is called Afro dancehall, so there is a similarity between the both of you.
Yeah,
and
sure.
maybe you can explain a bit about your Afro dancehall style, how you developed it.
Yeah, all right. I want to big up everybody here. Thank you for being here. I say hi. It's my first time to Europe. Yeah, my first time here. Big experience, big things. Afro dancehall and Afro beats connect. Yeah, because we represent African language in an urban way, in an urban style. Some people do typical Afrobeat, it's typical African, But of course, some producers try to bring up the change with their beats, but the connection comes like the energy and the difference, yeah? The difference of the rhythm. Actually, I started this back then. Do you want to know where it started?
Yes, of course.
It
Please tell
started
us.
when I was born, and my mother used to go with me to garden. She was married to my father. My father is an engineer up to now. And she used to put me here, then she got to garden. In Africa, we use a hoe to cultivate sometimes, you know. And she used to put a radio and play me some reggae and dancehall. Then after she's done, she puts me on the back, we go home. So I grew up listening to music. Then later in school, I was a soccer player. I'm a very talented football player, soccer player. And I got my first scholarship after the first 5 years when I went to school. They were like, you have a talent, you can play for the school team, then you study for free. So I was studying I had scholarships and free education up to my university, up to my graduation moment. But I joined music professionally in 2016. I was going for training, I was going to the pitch. Then I saw a recording studio. I was like, I want to see how artists do it. I think I can even do better than them. I'm a football player. Then I was like, I had my shoes, yeah? My kit and my shoes in the neck, yeah? Like this. Then I went to the producer. I was like, can I record something? How much to record something? I was like, how much? I want to put my voice in that microphone. It was like 150K or 150,000 Ugandan shillings. And this is over, like, €1 in Uganda is like 5,000 shillings, 5,000. So it was more than €1. It was some big money. Then I was like, I can go back home. I have my savings. I can give you all I have. I don't know whether it can make that. Then I went and brought my box. We broke it from the studio. I gave it to the producer. I was like, this is just the quote of what I want. Then I was like, okay, let me go back. I called my mama. I was like, can you please send me some money? I'll give it to you. My coach wants the money for the kids. We will need to buy new kits at the team, football team there. Then I lied to her. I'm sorry I lied to her. Then she sent me the money. I gave it to the producer. I was like, all right, now I have artists in the studio. I have other artists. You're starting, is it your first time? I was like, here, I have artists there. You have to wait. I waited for, from lunchtime up to midnight. I was there. I missed the training, and my coach was like, Ratigan, where are you? We have a game in a week time, and you're not here, and you're missing in your position. Then I was like, I have some issues with my mother. I have to finish some things. Midnight, I went to the studio to record, and the producer was like, they do like this, they do this, so you have to do it this way. When I was recording, he looked at me like this. He was like, Wagwan, you youth. Okay, keep recording. After recording, more artists came in, and it was like, shh, put out my work, and they opened new projects for these artists. And I was there waiting to finish my project. And after these artists left, it was already almost getting to morning, and I was still there at the studio with my shit and my shit, you know. Sorry. So then he told me after everybody left, he was like, can you sleep at my studio? Do you know that you're the next big thing inside here? Do you know that this product is great and I'm gonna sell it and you're better than these artists that are bragging around? I'm thankful that he believed in me for the very first time that I linked up in studio. So I got the energy. I was like, even when we go to the pitch, they are even best players. They are better players in Spain, Germany. Of course, everybody in Uganda, look at Spain players. If you're the best in Uganda, you have to look out for the Spain players. What they do, we do. So I was like, no, I don't believe in myself. I believe in these artists. Then it was like, cut that out of you. So I slept at the studio. In the morning, I was the one to clean the studio, to do everything. My coach called. I went back to the team. I wasn't feeling the vibe, you know. A lot of competition in football in Uganda. No opportunities, less opportunities. We made over 10 records that night. After the one record, it was like, can you kill this beat? I killed it. Can you kill this one? I killed it. Can you kill this one? And these records are my songs now. big songs in Uganda. Yeah.
Thank you. That's a beautiful story. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we can listen to a tune. Pete, can you announce a tune?
It's called Up Top from the new EP, is it? I don't know.
Like the story goes long. After 2016, yeah? Then 2017, I was in a certain club trying to give the DJs my song with my team. Actually, I met many of my friends leave the football. They were like, man, is this your record? I went and played it for them. Is this your record? Man, don't come back, yeah? Don't come back. You do the music thing. Do the music thing. So I was like, can we make a music team? They were like, yeah, I give up football. I was like, don't give up. You guys are so talented, man. You know, it's going to give us big advantage, big opportunities. They were like, no. Your music is bigger than the football system of Uganda. Go for music. And right now, music is bringing me here to Rototom Sunsplash. I'm so grateful about my friends. In 2017, Kid Gringo, I have a friend of mine over there, so he's called Kid Gringo. There's a big man, my manager. I met Kid Gringo. It was his first time to Germany. From Germany to Uganda. Then I realized he was also like, is this your singing? Come on, man, you deserve something more than this. So Gringo took me to, what should I call it? Professional business. I'm so thankful to that gentleman over there. We made an album. It's new, recent. We have the song Fire, Up Top, Anyabilaba, Mata, and we've so far released, I think, 3 songs. Yeah, 3 songs from the album. And Up Top is so far the leading single and the biggest.
She want me pull it up, I pull it over. Every day she told me Rototom, don't stop.
Yes, you say?
Yeah, we listen to the recording.
Na 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 na. Rototom, Rototom. She want me pull it up, I pull it over. Every day she told me Rototom, don't stop, don't stop. I want me ratata. Up. Yeah. She want me ratata. This girl I want me rototom. Want me tell you say. She want me put it up, I put it over. Every day she told me ratty, don't stop. Hey. She want me rototom. Hey. This girl I want me rototom. Hey. Atigana ten. Jaya somela up top. Wakali kuvanga chali muklasi ya top. Ratigan come around and top it up, and she a cochita vakumap.
Up top. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and Pete is going to play a song, of course, from Nkulee Dub. It's one of her latest one. I Am a Woman, he's going to play now. So please take a listen. Yeah, maybe you can tell us a bit about the song.
Yeah, I mean, I Am Woman is just a song celebrating all mothers, all sisters, all wives, you know. basically just celebrating woman as it is. So it was inspired by all the women in my space, all the grandmothers, all the, how we are raised as women to be proud to be women. Doesn't matter what age, doesn't matter who you are. So it's just me basically saying, we are women, get over it.
Yeah. Okay, David, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just have a quick question for each of you. I'd like to hear a bit more about geographical location and social placement. So I hope you can share with the audience here, just tell us about where do you come from and what kind of environment were you raised in for each of you, and how does that inform the music that you make?
Well, I mean, I come from South Africa. For me, it's, my music is mostly inspired by the people who is around me and everything. And obviously I come from a culture or a country that has much of history in terms of fighting for our own, moving and trying to get our own space and have our voice heard somehow, somewhere. So in that sense, we already have that in us to be heard, to want to be heard, and to fight for more and to fight for others also. So in that sense, yeah, that's...
And where in South Africa
I am from KwaZulu-Natal, KZN, yes, the Zulu Kingdom. Yeah, that's where I'm from.
And were you raised in an urban environment or in the countryside or what?
It's both sides, I would say, because when I go to my grandmother's house, it's a farm. We have cattle, we have all that stuff, and then you go where my mom, was based, was in town. So I had the best of both worlds. Every time we have to visit home, you have to know that you need to know how to cook, you need to know how to clean other things. But when I'm at home with my mom, I can say, I don't want, I can and just run to my room. But at my grandmother's house, that won't fly. It doesn't happen. You don't have a say, you don't have an opinion. No one wants to know what you think in my grandmother's house. So it's different like that. With my mom, she would still say, okay, it's fine, you'll do it later, how moms are. But my grandmother's like, when I get up and come back and it's not done, make sure your mom has money for funeral because I'm gonna kill you. So there's a difference, you see. We all grow up differently.
Okay, yes. And Ratigan Era, what can you tell us about where do you come from?
Yeah, I come from the ghetto streets of Kawempe from Uganda, 256 East Africa. It's really a ghetto, ghetto settings, everything ghetto settings. Place full of bad man, bad man, riots, everything, things. And at a point, Kawempe in Uganda, these people in my area, they wanted to lock Kawempe out of Uganda, and they called it the United States of Kawempe. And they started making their own passports, own things, locking the borders until the president came so hard on them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
And the one question I wanted to ask before was the song, about women you just talked about. You said earlier that your dad wasn't fond of to go into music. So what was it like then to find your voice as a woman in music and to stand your ground?
It's very liberating as a woman, that's why I big up all the queens in the industry, because it's very difficult for a woman. You will get off stage and then someone say, oh, you did great for a girl. And you have to take that as a compliment, I guess. You can't just say, oh, what? And when you start fighting for your voice to be heard, they say, you need to relax, you need to, stop. They treat you like the girl, you know what I mean? They forget that we are also business here. We're meeting in a business sense, So you always have to try and use the girl part of things also to get what you want, in a sense of saying, oh, I want this, I don't want to walk there, I don't, you have to dial it down a bit and not say, I'm not going there. So, because when you do it like that as a woman, you are aggressive, you need to relax, you need to, stop stressing. They treat you, some of them treat you like that. Even the artists, some of the artists, the male artists, they would, obviously they are male and we are female. So obviously they have to protect and love us. That's how it should be. So even in social business spaces, they still treat you like, oh, oh. So for a woman to find a voice, it's very difficult, and a voice that can be heard, and listened to. It's very hard.
I would like to know about the standing of reggae music in South Africa, because we know in the 70s, like people like Pier Tosi and like the foundation roots artists from Jamaica, they talked about about apartheid and those kind of things, and I don't even know how that reached South Africa, if you knew about it, but like currently there's so many different styles of music coming out of South Africa that are like South African music, like Afro house, Kwaito, Amapiano, and all those genres. So where's reggae in all of that mix?
Reggae in South Africa we're still growing. We are there. It's just that there's less opportunities for us to showcase what we have. There's a lot of artists in South Africa who are under reggae and dancehall. The thing is, reggae, if you can remember, when the apartheid situation, reggae was used as a tool to communicate to the masses, how we want things done. That's how my father would use, like the song, the one that, Slave, Amelika Slave, on the radio, it says Amelika Slave, right? But the real message behind it was, I'm a legal slave. I'm legally a slave. I have papers that prove that I'm a slave in this country. So people who knew his music and knew how to decipher everything that he was saying would know so it was used in that tool. So when the government knew and found out that, so this is how they try to communicate, so reggae was shut down. So now it's difficult to come back, but it's coming back as a genre now. It's no longer, we're trying to make it like, it's not a threat, it's just music. We're singing about love, we're singing about, yay, we're not trying to attack anybody. But they still have that with reggae. In radio, our music doesn't play much there. Performances and stuff, it's rare to find performances, but we are growing. It's coming, it's gonna be there. Probably in the next 5 years, we will have like everyone type of genre. It will just be a genre and not seen as a threat.
Ratigan, what about Uganda? You said as a baby you were exposed to reggae and dancehall.
Yeah, sure.
So was it a normal thing that the music is playing on the radio?
Actually, just like Jamaica, Uganda is a reggae and dancehall country mixture. But reggae, it's more with Bob Marley, the late legendary Grandmaster, and Lucky Dube, the late legendary Grandmaster. It's the influence here. Uganda seems to be a new country. It's being introduced to, like, everything is being introduced to Uganda. Seems to be new musically. Yeah? Musically, they don't know how to maintain it. But with the reggae, I tell you, you play reggae in Uganda, they know every song, and they play it on TV. And of course, it's one of the most 10 corrupt countries in the world, corruption. So some reggae information, I go to them straight. Yes.
Yeah, here a lot of people hear about Bobby Wine, who is a reggae artist who gets like persecuted and locked up. And so what's the situation with reggae? How is it perceived nowadays?
Actually, Bobby Wine is fighting. He has a people's force. It's called the People Power. He's fighting for people's rights. He's continuing with the work of Lucky Dube and Bob Marley, preaching people, singing bright things that are happening. Sometimes it confronts the president of the state. And he's a music artist like me, but going for he contested for being the president of Uganda. He signed as a candidate, and it was different setting. There was much energy on him, and everybody seemed to be supporting like entire country. But unfortunately or fortunately, the president came back to power, But Bobby Wine is keeping easy, but it's been every time that they want to put him down. He has been minimized in Uganda, but he's doing the right thing.
I have two questions for Ratigan. The first one is, you told us to listen to the music of your mother's radio while in the fields as a kid, but what were precisely your main influences when you were kids in terms of artists? And the other one is about the balance like music being influenced by foreign music as Jamaican,
Yeah.
and also probably with some roots in the Ugandan culture. So, is your music more perceived in Uganda as a music with a foreign influence, or also with a music with local roots? So, two questions.
With local roots, it's previous, so previous, yeah? It's not been for a long time, but my influence, the beginning of my influence was foreign, of course. Bob Marley, Lucky Dube, different artists, different setting. I learned many things from different people, and it's foreign. With the local ones, I just started to pick up with the vibe of our artists, yeah, to have their influence. Because when you look at Bob Marley, I would like to have the same life setting with him. Lucky Dube, same life setting. I get some things from Bob Marley, some things from Lucky Dube. Then I realize my vocal capacity is the same as Busy Signal. I look out for him. I try to raise my potential. I look back to the local artists in Uganda, whereby most of them that are there, that are known in Uganda are ever since the 80s, and 90s, and the 2000s. And the new generation, the young artists are always kept down. Always. In Uganda, always. It's a difference, because when I go back to my country, I'm gonna be a big artist. That's automatic. Bigger. Bigger. Already they are proud. They're calling me #1 there, over this one. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna play another song from Nkulee Dub, and the song is called Love the Way.
Love is in the air, and I can feel it in my heart. This must be real, must be what we all want to feel like. It's what we wish for, someone there all night till fall. You say you're just a guy, but you're the one that takes me high. In your arms I never cry, always leave me with a smile. Got lost in all the time, baby.
A beautiful song, very beautiful.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah, and yeah, you might have remembered the song. You know, you might sing of Smile Jamaica also. The song was produced by Silly Walks Discotheque, and
Silly
maybe
Walks.
you
Yes.
tell us something about it, how it did come about.
I worked with Silly Walks. They're from Germany. Yeah, so when I met them, I did a first song with them. There was an artist that they were working with and needed vocals. And then someone said they liked my tone, and if I can do a chorus for them on that song. And yeah, I did the chorus, and then Silly Walks heard my voice by myself, and then they said, can we make a song for you? And I was like, okay, let's do a song. And then that's how me and them have been working with each other for years, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very beautiful. And Ratigan, you met them recently also, right?
Yes, also I saw them in Reggae Jam. We were doing Reggae Jam, they were there. Amazing, talented people, yeah, very amazing. They work with different artists and they make great rhythms. Very expensive, but yeah, they make, they're good.
Yeah, and another similarity, you know, Ratigan met them as well recently, right? And you're gonna start to work with them as well? Do we hear some you on some Silly Walks productions?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Sure
Okay.
thing.
Okay, so you cannot talk now, it's still not recorded. Yeah, and you know, maybe we can talk about a bit about dancehall. You know, which role does dancehall play in South Africa as well as in Uganda? Because reggae was strong, as we said before, in the 70s especially, and now a lot of the young people are turning to dancehall.
Still strong, because even the message there doesn't change.
Yeah.
Still strong.
In South Africa, dancehall is huge. Like, you know, every Thursday there's reggae night. We all know, we're all going out. It's happening. That's fact for the past 20 years or so. Every Thursday night we have reggae night, you know, at baseline. We would always go there. It's always packed. So dancehall has played a huge role also to let the other people who are not exposed to reggae as such or liked reggae in a sense, when they go to those places where dancehall gathers them, obviously a bit of reggae would be played by the DJ, and then that's how we, you know, introduce ourselves also. I have dancehall songs too, because you need to balance it, you know, the club has to play you, the radio has to play you, you know, and then you have soulful songs that your mother has to hear you, the mothers and the sisters and the young ones. You just have to now write for everybody. For everybody. That's how, that's how it works, because now people are gonna be like, yeah, it's too old for me, it's too young for me, it's too pop, or it's too, you know? So you have to cater for everybody. Even when you come there, you know that your mother is gonna enjoy the show, the little one is gonna enjoy the show, everybody is gonna love the show. So that's how when we create music nowadays, you have to think on a broader spectrum, not only that, not only talk to one person, you want to reach everybody. So yeah.
And Ratigan, it is more dancehall in Uganda than reggae, right? If I get that right.
Of course. Reggae play all over the world, too much in Uganda everywhere. But my people in Uganda have too many things in their head to keep them at a reggae vibe, you know? But to keep too much easy, you know, they feel so sad. We've had the same president like for over 38 years, no change. So the new generation come with dancehall, and same dancehall in Jamaica, because Jamaica is Uganda's biggest inspiration. So this is, right now, it's the reason why dancehall takes a big capacity in Uganda. Eh? Yeah. But everybody loves reggae, but at least maybe they'll love the reggae when some changes are there, you know. Don't want to talk a lot of things about the president, our president. But we need to change many things in Uganda. Uganda is a very beautiful country. Yeah, it's so beautiful. It has the source of the Nile. It has this setting, Rototom setting, like I'm seeing the hills, I'm seeing everything. Mountains. But, you know, with corruption, with politics affect music. And the music industry of Uganda is affected with politics. That's why some musicians, the big artists that we look at, they go for politics. Some of them are members of parliament right now, and they're like, Ratigan, you're into watch out, you know. Yeah, but dancehall, up top.
Currently, there are quite heated debates going on about what they call cultural appropriation. Usually it's about Europeans, children of the colonizers playing black culture, music that comes from a black culture. Yeah. Now recently I was kind of surprised when I think it's a Nigerian singer called Thames sang No Woman No Cry for the new Black Panther movie, and she got bashed by Jamaicans saying it should be a Jamaican playing this song. How do you feel about playing types of music that are not from your direct culture that you were born into? How do you feel about this?
For me, it's people that put the division and stuff. The same way people are the ones who know that I'm black and you are, you know. So they take the same mindset and bring it into things that have nothing to do with nothing. The person is talented, is amazing in that song, and sounds great in that song. They should be given every opportunity. Music shouldn't see color. Music shouldn't see color. Yeah. I think, yeah, you know, and also when you're gonna do, like, for instance, the only place is when now you come in and you're singing in Zulu, in my language, and then I'm like, I don't think that's how you say it. Yeah, that's when we can now say, no, that's not the Zulu way, not the black way. That's not the Zulu tribe way. How we, you know, if I want, I'll teach you. This is how you say it, not instead of, you have to say, you see, that's the difference. So. That situation it shouldn't have anything to do with music. Music is for everyone who wants to listen to it. If we're all playing on the radio, who's black, who's white? No one sees you. So,
Ratigan, what's your take on that?
Actually, to my vision, I classify a musician, an artist, and a singer. You know? Like a musician, I think a musician should pull out with the voice that everybody can touch everybody's heart, you know? He sings well, she sings well. Then an artist should really be social, associate with people. Then a singer, of course, you come and you sing. Oh, that was cool, yeah? So it's same with hers. I have no difference with this, but we are humans, not so? We are humans. Whoever does the best to their potential, the best is always the best, you know? The best is always the best. About the culture appropriation, this NAMI thing, like putting heights, yeah? Putting heights on somebody. No.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the dreadlock movement, yeah? Because people say, oh, you're white, why am having them dreads there? You're like, there's ancestors who were white, like the Vikings, you know the Vikings?
Yeah, the Vikings.
Their hair was always dreaded, but that was thousands of years ago. So no one can say dreadlocks are supposed to be only a black person. No, we all have ancestors that's how their hair grew because they didn't have combs. Well, we do now. We just choose not to comb them. There's a difference, you see. But they had Vikings, you know, white, tall warriors they would wear, their hair were always dreaded. So no one can say a white man can't have dreadlocks. Doesn't make sense, historical sense. You have to research.
One love, one blood.
Yeah.
Like the Grandmaster say, one love, one blood. Same people, different color, you know?
Yeah, I have a question. It's not totally unrelated, but it's a little different. I wondered for each of you at this point in your careers, has your music become popular in other territories in Africa, or is it more in your home nation and in Europe?
For me, it's not as popular as outside in my country. So yes, it's only people who love music and reggae and dancehall who follow that will see you and like, oh, that's gonna do it, yeah. But other than that, in my country, no, my music is not as big as it is in America or in Europe or wherever I would go. So it's bigger outside of South Africa than it is in South Africa.
But what about in other countries in Africa?
In Africa, yes, everywhere except South Africa.
In Uganda, you're big.
In Kenya, in Namibia, Nairobi, yes, in all those places in Africa, I'm definitely, my song plays. I even, got nominated for the MTVs and stuff. So, I Am Woman is so it's big in Africa, not in South Africa.
Very interesting, thank you.
Actually, with me, ever since I joined the music industry professionally with my friend, my manager, sometimes I call him manager and he runs away from that. He doesn't want me to call him manager. He wants me to call him friend. But actually, he's been making everything happen, yeah? Everybody in Uganda has been telling me, you have the ability, you're going to make it, and giving me platforms, but I've not been making money. With right now, I'm big in Uganda already now. I'm already big in Uganda with being at the Rototom, yeah? We also had an event, a festival in Germany. He took me to his country. Also have more festival in Europe. It's my first time to travel from Uganda, my first time from Africa, my first time to see different continent, my first time to get up in the sky, Yeah. So everything is changing. Everything is changing. I promise you, when I go back to Uganda, you're going to be seeing Ratigan Era, the biggest.
That's nice.
Yeah, let's hear another song from Ratigan right now.
Believe it.
Yeah, that's the logo.
Believe it.
We always tell the Ugandans to believe.
The song is called Fire. And then
Believe it. Speak it for yourself. Reality man one. Jump. Big up every ghetto youth, cause my money knows the chapter more than the killer Coco Benkaga. Send it to the color, tell the come up bassa. After such a girl, and I'm a quick on a casa. Be woolly there, yo. Be baby gambo bia bantu. Jena be woolly there, yo. Sabatasa kubantu. Believe me. Zino se passe mo Bible. Mo bioko kopa watu sa se pendinga. Live me life just like a ganja man who want ganja one. Et bien c'est vérité, et bien c'est vérité, et bien c'est vérité. Bien c'est vérité, bien c'est vérité, oui bien c'est vérité. Cause life burn like fire, life burn like fire.
Thank you. Thank you.
So maybe Ratigan, you can explain the people what the song is about and what you want to bring across.
This song is called Fire. It's there on the Spotify. It's the second song on my new album. Up Top is the first song, the one that played previous. This song means life is like fire. Life can burn you like fire, and I'm being a pastor in this song. Like I'm the pastor, I'm the preacher. Life is like fire. If you don't do this, this happens. If you don't do this, this happens, you know? So everybody needs to take serious caution and warning about life because we live one life. Everybody deserves to be alive. So it's a message to keep life.
Speaking of fire, what is the Spitfire crew? What is this about?
The Spitfire, I'm the CEO of the Spitfire. It came to my mind ever since I was a youth. I'm a Sagittarius. I just realized it after 18 years that I'm related with the fire, but I was always like Spitfire. I call myself the dragon. When you bring me to a stage and you tell me to spit fire in Uganda, I spit the fire. So I'm a dragon, I spit fire on an entire village, you know? This is my imagination, a dragon, yeah? I love dragons so much. I wish they existed, yeah?
Just spit fire like, follow the regulations because I'm the dispute and the computer take them to the future. I'm the news reporter. I'm a reporter, so I just make like a reporter setting up the rest of some of them.
That's what meant by the Spitfire. Spitfire. Spitfire, say. It's my team, new movement, yeah? I have friends of mine in Uganda, over 400 people like me of my age, and they want to make a change in the music industry, and I'm always there seated with them and Kid Gringo, and we are like, we shall bring about a change. If you know how to sing, we shall make a Spitfire management. You will be the promoter. We have the one who wants to be the promoter, the one who wants to be the cameraman, the one who wants everything. It's a big team setting. We just lack funds. You know, in Uganda, it's a poor country. But once we get funds, we're trying to make it out with Gringo. We get funds, and the Spitfire is the biggest thing in Uganda. Caring about talent, people's talent. Getting talent from the ghetto to the world. Like I come from the Spitfire. I never knew I have potential to be here, but Gringo told me, you have potential to be here, man. So I'm proud. Thank you.
And Nkulee, are you working on something new? Are you working on a new album or an EP? So can we expect some things?
Yes, yeah, we are working on a full album, but I Am Woman is a single from that album. It's called The Journey, and hopefully when I get home, because we've been away from home since when? March. Yeah, I've been touring since March. So end of September, I'll be home, and hopefully everything will be easier to finish up and release maybe an EP or the full album, depending on the songs that I wanted to add. And the people that were supposed to send me back their verses, yay, the people that I feature when they return the music. So that will be great. It will be awesome. Yeah, so it's called The Journey, coming out this year.
Okay, so we're looking out for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and you know, time is running out, and thank you for everything. It was a great session.
Thank you.
But we want to, of course, give you the opportunity to ask questions.
Yes.
So please don't be shy and ask your questions.
Okay.
Hold on, we'll bring you the microphone.
Oh.
Hello,
Greetings,
Nkulee.
hi.
My name is Anita.
Hi.
And I do love you dearly.
Oh,
it is
thank
not
you.
a question, but I wanted to encourage you.
Oh,
My
thank
spirit is following you.
Wow,
and
thank
are
you, my
doing
queen.
well.
Thank
I love you.
Thank you so much.
And I love your dad, by the way.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, another, yeah.
Hello, Nkulee.
Hi.
Welcome. So nice to meet you for the first time as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
I interviewed your father right after Nelson Mandela was released from prison.
Yes.
And at that time, he told me not much had really changed in South Africa, that a lot of the regime and policies and principles that were there remained.
Remained.
Just the
Different
color of the
face,
skin
yeah.
changed.
Yeah.
So what did the post-apartheid movement do to improve the musical opportunities in South Africa?
I would say the music opportunities are more compared to, previously, because people were not allowed to showcase their music in that sense. But in terms of the laws and everything, they're still the same. It's just that they put a different person. Like my father would say, the rules and the laws, they change, but then they take that book and put it in the drawer, in the cabinet. No one opens that book and reads it and exactly see how and what our rights are. So yeah, but it has changed in a sense of, yes, there is a lot of festivals and we are now open to attend many, many more things. So it is open in that sense, yeah. Thank you. Anyone
Thank
else?
you. Yes, and who next would like to put their question to our special guests, Nkulee Dub and Ratigan Era? This is your chance, don't be shy. Yes.
Yes, I give thanks and praise.
Give
in
thanks.
the name of the Most High. My question is to Ratigan and Uganda. I know about South Africa and being long time in Kenya and Shashamane, Ethiopia by myself, so I just want to know how is the Rastafari movement in Uganda? Is there some bread reps who keep the works of Haile Selassie and Pan-African things forward? I know it's rough and tough, but I hope the eyes there also, beside the music and the dancehall,
Yeah.
which is for the people.
Yeah.
Also the Rastafarian message is to open the eyes for all people, as we know.
Yeah.
So I know it from South Africa. The question is just how big is their headquarters or some who is pushing the works forward in the name of the Most High. Yeah.
Oh, Rastafari. Nice question. In Uganda, we even celebrate the Bob Marley birthday, and it's one of the biggest festivals in Uganda. And you see, there are many Rastas in Uganda. You know, it's always with the real and the unreal. But most of the Rastafari people in Uganda, they're real. And I have a friend of mine, he's been to the Ugandan music industry ever since the 90s. He has a voice like, remember me? Buju Bantan. He's called Buchaman, yeah? Gargamel Buchaman. And he represents the Rastafari family, yeah? He even made a bar, and more bars even for Rastas there to represent, and is in charge of holding the Bob Marley birthday festival. And it's a big movement, and he has always been there for us, you know? And many people want to know the reality. They want to know the real truth. They want to know the Rastafari movement, everything, you know? Jah Rastafari. Yeah. But it's a big movement in Uganda, even bigger than the dancehall, because some people just hide in dancehall vibration, you know? They just hide themselves in a dancehall vibration. I love Skilly Bang, I love Skeng. But most of the people in Uganda are Rastas and real people. So, it's a wide coverage. Thank you.
Do we have one other last question?
Yeah, who would like to put the last question to our special guests this evening? Any last questions in the house? Yes.
Blessed love, everyone. Give thanks and praise to Emperor Haile Selassie.
Yeah,
Jah
Rastafari.
Rastafari. The question is for the sister Nkulee Dub.
Yes, my bad.
How is the reggae Rasta movement in South Africa?
Rasta movement in South Africa is big. It's huge. It has its own laws. It has we have our own mountain where people cannot come there because it's holy. You know, it's a prayer. It's where we pray. We have like thousands and thousands of churches. You know, so the movement of Rasta has never been lost. It's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. So, like in Cape Town, in the mountains there, my brothers and sisters will stay there, and we camp there. We have bonfires there. So it's you know, especially the bingi. We'll go for the bingis all the time. So yeah, the Rasta movement there is huge. It's big. Even the government recognizes it. So yeah, definitely, yeah. Big up.
Okay, the time is unfortunately up already. I want to make you aware that Nkulee Dub is playing tonight at the Lion Stage at 2:15.
Yep.
So make sure
See you
you
there.
don't miss that.
See you there.
Unfortunately, if you haven't been to the Dancehall last night, then you missed Ratigan Era, and you have to wait till maybe next year or some other event. And then you should also know that tomorrow Reggae University starts at 4:30 with the film Shella Record, a Reggae Mystery, which is really worth watching. I can only recommend to come early. And then at 6:30 we have a panel with Asa Lineage and Zana Romeo, the daughter of Max Romeo, Lioness on the Rise.
Yeah.
So hope to see you then.
So see you here tomorrow, right here.
Thank you, guys.
Believe it.
Everybody, thank you.
Believe it.
Adi team.